So a former high-ranking member of the Buffalo diocese confessed to blaming a victim of child sex abuse. The victim says he was told that he put himself in that circumstance. I-Team Chief Investigator Charlie Specht has more.
They are wolves in shepherd's clothing. It is not enough that they still be allowed to function. It certainly is not enough yet that these men are not in jail.
Former priest Jim Faluzak is talking about his former boss, Donald Trautman, a high-ranking administrator in the Diocese of Buffalo who went on to become Bishop of Erie, PA. Trautman, now retired, drew criticism this week in the Buffalo News for allegedly blaming an abuse victim for his abuse. But when contacted Friday by the 7 Eyewitness News I-Team, Trautman doubled down on his remarks. In the paper this morning, there was an article that said, "I told the young man, you've placed yourself in bad circumstances," Trautman said. "That sounds like me. I would say that to someone. He should not have placed himself in those conditions." Trautman did not give us permission to record the phone call, and Pennsylvania laws require his consent, but we made it clear to the former bishop that we would be publishing a transcript of his remarks. Trautman then continued talking about the abuse victim of Father Michael Freeman, who claimed Trautman blamed him for the abuse when he reported it to the former auxiliary bishop in the 1980s. Trautman said, "I'd have to review the files, but that sounds like me saying to a candidate who did something wrong, you should not have put yourself in those circumstances."
And he was either lying then or was incompetent then. In either case, he should not be in ministry.
Paul Bauer is another survivor of the now deceased Freeman. He says if church leaders had taken his report seriously, Freeman's abuse of James Bottlinger could have been prevented. Numerous
times I reported to this diocese myself, and they're turning their back on me resulted in what happened to James, and that's infuriating.
The I-Team also talked to Trautman about the allegation that he received 2 other sex abuse allegations from young boys about Freeman, but did nothing when he allegedly saw Bottlinger at the rectory with Freeman. Something was done, Trautman said. His faculties were revoked and he was sent to Southdown for psychiatric evaluation. That was done. But Siobhan O'Connor says that's not enough. The whistleblower criticized Bishop Malone, her former boss, for celebrating Mass with Trautman last month at OLV Basilica. She and Faluzak say Malone should prevent Trautman from saying Mass in the Buffalo Diocese and should divulge all files related to the handling of sex abuse.
At the end of their lives, they're not going to be able to get away with this. You can't deceive God. He knows what's in those files. He knows what they were aware of, what they did and did not do.
There'll be no healing until all of this becomes public and the diocese is held accountable.
We did ask Bishop Trautman if he ever picked up the phone and called the police when he found out that these children were being abused. To that question, he would not answer yes or no. As for Bishop Malone, his spokeswoman made it clear to us that he has always felt that a victim is never to blame for his or her abuse. For the I-Team, Charlie Specht, 7 Eyewitness News.